Good morning, welcome to EWI Pro. This morning we're going to be demonstrating our heritage range. So Steve, PPE is very important. Can you talk us through the PPE?
Absolutely, there's a few things you need when working with lime. So first of all, the lime in the eye is no joke.
Safety glasses. Yeah.
Gloves.
Yeah.
Protect the hands. And then obviously a mask.
Definitely a mask.
The dust is the big one.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. You need about 4.5 to 5 litres of water in, so I suggest you add 4.5 first, then add a little bit more. You don't want to be adding more than 5 litres because you then weaken that mix.
Okay. How long are we knocking out for?
3 to 5 minutes. Yeah, it's all dependent. Don't go on full speed, nice steady mix with it. So I'm going to pour in about 4.5.
You pour it all in, or do you pour part of it first?
Well, I'm going to pour about 3/4 in.
Okay. You happy with that?
Yeah, brilliant. So you notice I'm greasing up the back of this board first.
Yep.
That's because it's mineral wool, and mineral wool tends to be a bit fluffy, and sometimes the adhesive can fall off while you're putting your perimeters on.
How size is it?
Thin. It's just a grease, just to close them fibres in. That like that. And then I will go around with using, I call the perimeter method, which is putting a band of adhesive all around the outside edge.
Why'd you do that?
It creates a seal when it's put against the wall.
Okay.
It creates a vacuum, so the board actually stays there and sticks there. Across the centre, you have to take your fixings when you put your fixings in. All your fixings must find a solid dab. So when you fix it around the outside edges, we find a dab.
Straight on in.
Yeah, straight on the end.
So what's the benefit of pins?
To help with the wind loadings on the building, it just gives it that extra security.
Okay.
Yeah.
So adhesive kind of holds it in place, pins are kind of stopping it blowing apart.
Yeah.
Lovely. How many fixings per board?
It's 7 per square metre, so it actually works out as a 5-spot domino. The pins pick up where the adhesive is on your outside perimeter, and where we put those 3 across the middle, picks up the middle one. What sort of thickness are you putting that first pass on?
About 3 to 4 mil thick.
So I suggest you to notch it with a notch roll or a notch spot. Would you like me to do this for you?
Yeah, please.
You've done all the hard work. So what's the idea of notching them, Steve?
So basically you want to fill in all the areas to make sure it's nice and flat. What's the purpose of the mech?
Serves 2 purposes. It strengthens the system, strengthens the substrate, but also stops that thermal shock.
So how deep are we trying to get them?
Oh, well, I'm just going to float this on the surface.
Right.
Just so it's Well, we've just spent 10 minutes levelling up a wall. So if you start pushing that mesh in, you're going to alter the plane of it.
Right, okay.
And by doing it this way, we're ensuring that mesh is sitting on that surface. Yeah?
Yeah.
It needs to be in the top third of the system to work.
So how much are we overlapping it by?
Right, you want a minimum of 100 mil?
Okay.
I'm going to increase that so it fits onto the edge. But as long as it's over 100 mil, that's absolutely fine.
Can you overlap it too much? Is there an amount? Or?
No, you can't overlap it too much.
Okay.
You notice I'm doing it in the Christmas tree. Christmas tree shape. Like that.
Yeah, I like it.
That's to make sure you don't get any ripples or bubbles in it.
Okay, makes sense. And how big is the second coat going to be?
We're looking for a 1 to 2 mil coat over the top of that.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's sufficient for onto EWI.
So how long are we going to wait till we...
Well, we're going to allow that to pick up. So it's probably about four hours this time of year.
Okay.
And then we should be putting a 1 to 2 mil smoothing coat over the top.
Okay.
But it's very important in the summertime to protect this from direct sunlight. Covering the scaffolding, putting wet hessian on the front of it just to keep it hydrated. It's so important that this dries out naturally rather than forced dried.
Right, okay. Alright, so just to recap, we've stuck the boards using the 748, put the boards on, pinned the boards. We've gone over with a base coat about 4 mil.
4 to 5 mil.
4 to 5 mil.
Yeah. We stuck a mesh in, yeah. And we've allowed that to harden. It's not gone off, it's hardened. Can you feel? It's hardened now.
Yeah.
So that's taken a couple of hours for it to harden up.
Yep.
What we'll do now is put a smoothing coat over, just to give a smooth surface, ready for finishing.
How
1
big?
to 2 mil. 1 to 2 mil.
Okay.
Just so it covers all this. Right, what we'll do now is just allow that to dry, pick up a bit, and then we can start putting a finish on it. Okay.
How long does that take normally?
1 to 2 hours, yeah.
Okay. So what have you done so far then, Paul?
Well, after I've spattered it flat, all I'm going over with is a fine sponge.
Right.
Because it's a smaller aggregate, it will take a fine sponge. Not bad for an exterior finish, is it?
Not bad at all.
You can actually step it up and go one further. You can go over it with a trowel, flattening the grain in to get a really smooth finish.
It's already pretty smooth as it is.
Yeah.